Alright, so what type of protein should you be having in the morning? Continuation from the last video before I got sidetracked. So what type of protein you should be having in the morning? I would have eggs. I love eggs. Alright, usually egg whites with a few whole eggs in there if it is in alignment with my current plan again. But if you're just someone who's just trying to maintain a healthy diet, trying to live a healthier lifestyle, you need to include the whole eggs into your diet, okay? Because the whole eggs contain not just protein, it's got the complete amino acid profile, it's also got healthy fats for you, it's got so much nutritional goodness that you want it all. You gotta have it all, okay? But there's also a limit to how many eggs you can eat and the quantity of the eggs that you should be eating, okay guys? So the limit totally depends on your physique type, again, your goals, your lifestyle, your eating habits, and so much more. You can also have chicken in the morning, you can also have fish in the morning, you can also eat red meat. For those of you who eat a lot of red meat, you can have red meat in the morning. I actually do have a few of my clients on a red meat based meal in the morning because they're on a slightly lower calorie intake, and for a lot of other health purposes as well, because red meat, as you know, contains slightly more nutrients, okay? And the last thing I would say you can eat in the morning is a protein shake, protein powders, okay? And I would recommend you have a whey protein, a whey isolate, what's the other ones, you know? But basically a standard whey protein powder would do, and the serving of that would totally depend on, again, your goals, your physique, your body type. You see how it all comes back to what you really want to do is what you need to do to get to where you want to do, where you want to go. Alright, I hope I'm making sense. Alright, so protein in the morning is very important, and the quantity of protein, okay? So it doesn't mean that you have 200 grams of chicken, you get in 200 grams of protein, okay? That's not the way it works, you know. The protein content to weight ratio is slightly different, so you can always use Google to help you. You can always message me to help you. You can always use Google to help you, or you can always message me to help you, and I'll be more than happy to help you. But yeah, so you got to calculate the protein intake according to the type of food you're having. For example, 1 scoop of whey protein powder usually is around 25 grams of protein. So I usually have my clients take about 30 to 35 grams of protein in the morning, because that's when your body is up and running. That's when you want the most nutrition out of your food, all right? That's when you want to ensure that the body is processing. So we're gonna have that. That's for whey protein. For eggs, usually, depending on the client, I would get them to have like maybe 3 whole eggs, which is nice and yummy, and then I'll probably throw in a few egg whites there. If you're a female, I'll start you off like on 2 whole eggs with a few egg whites as well, depending again on your goals and where you want to go with it, okay? So that's that for protein. What other things can we talk about protein? Yeah, every protein source is different, okay? Every protein source is different. Just make sure you're getting it from a very trustable and reliable source, even though it is your protein powder. You know, make sure it's from a reliable and trusted brand, because you do not want to be getting bloated, you do not want to be getting indigestion, you do not want to be having the shits and the farts. So that's protein for you. Also guys, another important factor that I forgot to factor into this is your digestion. To me, everything aside, digestion is the key component. It's the key factor that determines other factors. Okay, so you gotta get this one right before the others happen. And that's usually the first thing I do with all my clients, is I take that first step to ensure that their digestive system is working fine, and then we work from there. Because if your digestive system is not working fine, you'll eat something and you'll get bloated, and you won't be able to have the next meal, you won't be able to digest the food, and then you'll get backlogged and you'll have fucking diarrhea, or you'll have a blockage that will need some medical intervention. Let's not go there, but yeah. So always make sure your digestion is proper, and then you continue with the program. Okay, if you have if you're someone who takes supplements in the morning, please use food first and then you turn to supplements. Food is key. Supplements is for supplementing food. Okay, so the next thing we do is carbohydrates. Now, carbs is not bad. Carbohydrates is not bad for you, not at all. Remember, carbohydrates is another form of energy. So are fats, but one just takes slightly longer to digest than the other. So again, it depends on where you're coming from, where you're going, what you're wanting to do, what you're wanting to accomplish. Then you base your carbohydrates around that. Okay. So we've got the protein out of the way, now we've got the carbohydrates. So what form of carbohydrates can you have in the morning? Number one, staple, oatmeal. There's different types of oatmeal that you can be having in the morning. There's like the steel cut oats, there's the whole oats, there's the rolled oats. Whatever floats your boat, float your boat away. Okay, choose what works for you. Okay. Some people get indigestion from oatmeal, and that's probably because your digestive system isn't working proper. Remember, oatmeal is good because it's got a good source of fiber, it's got some good minerals in it, it's got some good vitamins as well. It also aids with the digestive system, the digestive tract, and more importantly, oatmeal keeps you full for longer. So it keeps you satisfied for longer, so you're not craving and burning through food and hungry throughout the day. Now, how much oatmeal should you be taking? The amount of oatmeal you should be taking totally depends on you, and totally depends on what your goals are. So for an average person, I would recommend, if your goal is to maintain, I'd say 1 gram of protein, 1 gram of 1 to 1.5 or even 2 grams of carbohydrate per kilogram. That's how you would get it. If your goal is to lose weight, you start off at about 2 grams, and then you work your way down to 1.5, and then you work your way down to 1, and then you work your way down further from that. Yeah, so that's protein. Some other sources of protein that you can have are rice. What's after rice? You can have bread, man, brown bread, multi-fiber, whole grain. You can have all of those. Just be mindful of what you're taking and whether it aligns with your current nutritional plan. I have clients on I have clients on bread as well. I don't think bread is bad. I think bread is good when it's used proper. Rice, I have rice in the mornings with my meals sometime. What else? You know, those are the main staples. You can have egg. You can have potatoes. You can have sweet potatoes. Those are some of the staple carbohydrates that you should be having, not just for breakfast, but you can have that at any meal, right? You can have oatmeal for lunch. You can have oatmeal for dinner. You can have oatmeal at every meal. Doesn't really matter, okay? As long as you do something you love. Because if you start doing something you love, you'll keep doing it. You won't get sick and tired of it, okay? Now, fats. Fats are not bad for you. Fats are good for you. And fats must be a part of your diet, because fats help regulate your hormones and all these other things. Okay, so hormones are very important. They help regulate your estrogen, testosterone levels, all of these other things. Your cell membranes are covered in fat, so fat is very important. Fat is used, we can do a whole video on fat, okay? We probably will. So the sources of fat, you have some good sources of fat that you can use. You've got peanut butter, you've got almond butter, you've got avocado oil, you've got olive oil, you have almonds, you have as well. You can also use lard. You know, if you're looking at that, you can use butter, you can use ghee. There's no problem with that as long as you know what you're doing, okay? Because that's what I do with my clients. That's fats. Now, I always try and add in some form of fruit and veggie into my client's meal as well. So I usually in the mornings I would choose something that's not too high in sugar, something that's 100 grams of it. I think that's 100 grams is about a half a cup or quarter cup. You would take something like mixed berries. I love mixed berries in the morning. Put them in the oats. You got your eggs, your oats, your mixed berries, 1 scoop of peanut butter, bang, Or if you're on the go, you can always just blend everything up with the 1 scoop of protein powder. You got a breakfast meal right there, okay? Yeah, that's about it, A cup of coffee. If you're taking your multivitamins, your minerals and vitamins separately, do take them with food because a lot of them are fat soluble, so that means they digest with food. This video was only supposed to be 1 minute. We're at 11 minutes now. So if you have any questions, I'm gonna post this video up. Feel free to message me, DM me, hit the like button, subscribe, follow. I'm gonna try and put out a lot more videos of this on my different platforms. I hope you like this one. This is the first. It won't be the last. So please let me know how I can improve. Please let me know what I can do. I'm happy to share information with you. Please, please, please hit the like button. Talk to you all later.